From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
Taylor Heating and Plumbing. Taylor 500 help for all of your service needs, whether it's an air conditioner or a furnace, or if it's insulation, or if it's a water heater from Bradford White Water Heaters. Here's the thing. You don't want to be in the shower when you don't have any hot water. See, that's a problem. And if your water heater kind of finally craps the bed, you're going to know it because it's going to leak all over your basement. Don't let it get to that point. When you first start noticing your water not getting as hot as it should, call Taylor Heating and Plumbing. Taylor 500 help. They can come out, they can do a maintenance check, and they can suggest to you that maybe buying a brand new water heater would probably be in your best interest. And they're the guys that know it all. They know that Bradford White Water Heaters are the best water heaters on the market. And of course, they supply them. Taylor Heating and Plumbing, Taylor 500 help. Get everything you need done from Taylor Heating, Plumbing, Home Energy, comprehensive maintenance plans, and financing. So if you know something is going to need to be repaired or replaced, don't stress the financing because they can help you out at Taylor 500 help. And if you're looking for a job, Taylor is hiring. Some of the current opportunities: HVAC techs, plumbers, project managers, office personnel. They need people to work. Here we are saying people need a job. Taylor 500 help can help you. Precision Lawn and Garden, North Avenue in Webster. If you want your lawn to look better than anyone else's in the neighborhood, then you need to talk to my friends, Kimberly and Justin. Precision Lawn and Garden has been servicing surrounding Rochester areas with professional sales, service, and parts since 1969. They've got giant chainsaws. If you need trees that need to be taken down, it's a good time to do it. Don't wait till the middle of January. No one wants to do that. Chainsaws, lawn mowers, they have the small ones. They've got the big ones, the zero turn, Toro, Kawasaki engines, Cub Cadet, all your favorite brands, Aaron's. It's Precision Lawn and Garden. So check it out, North Avenue in Webster. And if you want your driveway to look good, and who doesn't, Express Sealers. Call my friend Brian. He's a dude, 645-2010. 645-2010, Express Sealers. He seals driveways on the east side of town. That's east side of town. He just is so busy, he can't get to the west side. So Express Sealers, call Brian. Please support our advertisers. They support us here at We the People Podcast Network and Kimberly's Revolution.
Was that a question at the end? How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, yo, Kimberly.
Yeah.
Who's this Roe Wade guy anyways? Huh? Get the F out of here.
What are you gonna do?
Live from the We the People broadcast studio in sunny 70-degree Irondequoit, New York.
Very sunny.
Here she is. She
Hello.
just can't stay out of the media.
Nah.
It's Kimberly Ray.
And I didn't even do anything. Hi. Welcome to Kimberly's Revolution and the We the People Podcast Network. We are glad that you guys are here. Welcome, welcome, all patriots. Please share our podcasts. Share them with everyone Share them. We are on all podcast networks, right, Austin? Austin, our producer, is here on a Tuesday afternoon. We're everywhere that you get your favorite podcast. Is that right? There he is.
Oh, yeah,
of course. Like, you know, that YouTube thing. We're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube, you know, the Facebooks, Spotify, you know.
We're on the Spotify.
All the
important podcast platforms we're
Exactly.
on. So if you happen to be watching us on YouTube, you can subscribe, and it doesn't cost you anything, because quite frankly, I'm a cheap date.
I'm wearing my Kimberly face shirt today.
You are.
It's disturbing.
Yeah. It's the best looking shirt you've worn in weeks.
Yeah, well,
I'll just tell you that. It is good to have, of course, Just Tom is here. Kimberly's Revolution. We do it every Tuesday and Wednesday of every week, or at least we try to, when we're not selling houses,
right,
or doing lawyer type things or appraising houses. We fall under the umbrella of Revere Realty, which we're appraisers, we're attorneys, and we're real estate agents. So I'm a real estate agent, so I can help you buy or sell a house. Or if you have any questions right now, I'm getting someone into a new commercial building. So
nice.
kind of sticking my foot in the commercial business side of things, which is eye-opening in itself, a lot different from the whole buying and selling process on the residential side. So, and that's been fun. So we thank everyone for watching and listening. And of course, tell your friends. Just Tom is here. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, doing good.
I've been in a fight with my hairdresser. As you can see, it's terrible.
What happened?
They don't like it when you miss an appointment.
Did you miss an appointment?
Yes.
Okay.
But she scheduled it Tuesday at 1. I can't make Tuesday at 1.
No, you can't because you have
No,
to be here.
I
It's
do.
very important. In case we keep track of these things. As we said, we're under the umbrella of Revere Realty. So if you need help on your taxes, we can do that here at Revere, or appraisal of your house or buying and selling. A 30-year fixed rate mortgage is right below the 6% margin today. 1 year ago today, it was 3%. It was 3%. What in your life? I mean,
Everything's doubled.
Has your paycheck gone up 3%? I'm just asking you.
3% doubled.
From last year, has your income from last year gone up 3%? Of course not. Of course it hasn't. I'm letting you know where we are. 30-year fixed rate mortgage is hovering around the 6% mark. We're 1 year today. Thank you, President Biden. It was 3%. And everything that President Trump said before Biden took office has come to fruition.
He's like Nostradamus, that guy.
It's come to fruition. Every single thing.
Yeah.
We're worse off today. Our 401k is worse off. Gas is worse off. So there you go. Always just letting you know. So the interest rates are going to go up before they come down. So the thing to do right now is, if you see a house that you love, if there's an area of town that you love, get the house now. You can always refinance later, but you might not be able to find that house that you love now later.
I got a new listing today.
You got a new listing?
In East Irondequoit. I'm excited about it.
Fancy. Yeah?
Yeah. It's a nice little hillside ranch. I didn't know they existed in East Irondequoit, but they do.
You are from East Irondequoit.
Not me. I'm from West Irondequoit. Yeah. No, I'm West Side all day, baby.
Fabulous.
West Side.
Yeah. Today's show name is Always a Victim. Always a Victim. And I think you kind of know where we're going to go with this. Always a Victim. We're going to break down the someone says your hair looks great.
No,
someone says your hair looks great.
Stop lying to me.
My 401k lost enough. My 401k lost enough to buy an electric car. Eek, Striker. That is a problem.
When you lose money in the stock market, somebody else gains money. Striker,
right.
They bought an electric car with your money.
Right.
Right.
All right. So, always a victim. So I'm going to break down a situation that apparently
who knew
happened how many days ago? 15 days ago.
June 15th.
15 days ago that this story happened. And I guess after hemming and hawing around and chewing our nails and trying to figure out if it's going to be a story, is it not going to be a story? I don't know. Is it going to be a story? Should we write about it? I don't know. Is it too offensive to write about it? I don't know. Do you think we should say anything? I don't know. I mean, we're going to look bad for writing the story. I don't know.
I turned yellow again, Austin.
Jesus Christ already with the listen. It's not a story if it happened 15 days ago and your shitty ass newspaper is just now doing a story about it. Honestly? Okay. Now they've made it this big ass stupid story. How come you're yellow, by the way?
I don't know. Jaundice today, I guess.
Are you jaundiced?
Yes.
We're talking about the city newspaper doing a story on Jose Pio's.
Oh, I thought the story was on you.
I don't know why I'm freaking in the story at all. And don't you think I didn't reach out to that guy who wrote the story, whatever his name is. Never heard of the guy. Don't know who he is. Have no idea who he is.
You set up a meeting for lunch with him?
I don't use me to legitimize your story, fucker. Because I won't have it. I will not have it. I will come through this microphone and choke you out. Honestly. Why is my name even a part of this story that I have nothing to do with? Nothing. But honestly, I am. So we're going to break that story down. But let's get to bad behavior of boys, because it kind of stems from bad behavior, and I kind of couldn't figure out what I wanted to name the show. Do I name it Always a Victim or Bad Behavior of Boys? I don't know. It's kind of all the same thing, but you have to know how to deal with things. So let's watch. Are you a baseball fan?
I used to be.
Can someone tell me why the Angels have an interpreter that's paid on the team?
Well, they have one player they have players from Japan.
I don't care.
And then they have a bunch of players from the Dominican and Puerto Rico
figure
and
it
other
out.
places.
Why is a paid
Venezuela.
why is a paid interpreter
Mexico.
on an American baseball team?
Because not everybody speaks English.
Figure it out.
And they're very good at baseball.
Take some classes.
A baseball has been very good to me.
It's an American pastime. Learn to speak the English.
Remember that? Remember that skit on Saturday Night Live with Morris? Was it Garrett Morris?
Yeah.
Baseball's have been very, very good to me.
Yeah, speak English. It's American baseball. It's played here in the United States of America. There doesn't need to be an interpreter on staff for
what about
an American
Italian?
baseball
What
team.
about Italian grandma that's been here 50 years and still can't speak English?
Yeah, she should know how to speak English. So I watched this. I all of a sudden a hockey game broke out in the middle of a baseball game. Let's watch this video, shall we?
Opportunity to get through the lineup a few more times, and he has pitched
Plunk.
out of the pen in Salt Lake.
And
That
he
hurt.
just hit Winker. Erica.
Well, the pitcher's wearing the
with
number
first
60,
pitch. Scott
first of all.
Service is calling for him to be
Is that
thrown
bad?
out of the game. And Winker's trying to get towards Phil Nevin.
It's on. Game on.
The Angels-
It's a brawl. Bench is cleared.
Boys will be boys.
Then they come in from where they're warming up.
The bullpen.
Yeah, they're coming in from the bullpen too. Watch this. Have you seen this yet?
No.
Happened the other night. Look at that. It's a
Bullpen's coming in
mess.
now.
Well, I'd be mad too if something hit my winker.
Coming in from the bullpen. They got to get in the action too. That's boys.
25 on each team.
Getting hit like that hurts. Yeah, I don't know how many suspensions. I mean, there are a ton of suspensions. It's happened Sunday. So in total, I think 12 members of the Mariners and Angels were reprimanded. There were multiple game suspensions. The Angels manager, Phil Nevin, was suspended for, I think, 22 games. So it was a big mess. But I love watching stuff like that because it's just like, oh my gosh.
And then they just stand around. And
Can we stop? I mean, the wild pitches, I'm sure, of course. So, but anyway, you look at that and you go, oh my goodness. We're also going to talk about the migrant situation.
we still got those?
where 46 migrants were found dead in a truck.
I thought Kamala fixed that problem.
I don't think Kamala knows her own name.
No.
Apparently, we had a Titanic situation. We're going to break down that story. But first, let's break down this situation that happened apparently on Jose Pio's politically correcting with Jose Pio that happened on June 15th. For some reason, it's just now getting around to being a story, and everyone has a take on it, right? Everyone has a take on it. But when you make comments about someone who already has a victim mentality, you're going to have this thing flipped upside down because we're no longer the women of our mother's time. We're all about making women weak and appear as victims. And that's basically what Mary Lupien has done. So the guys, it was Jose Pio. It's who else? Who else is sitting in on this show?
Well, there's Lavelle Lewis.
Lavelle. We love Lavelle.
There's Dan from the streets, who's Austin's cousin.
Dan, and he looks like Austin.
And then there was Mike Santola from All Star Tactical was the guest that night.
Okay, so you have these guys that are just sitting around doing a podcast, right?
Sure, it's
And Jose Pio is a city councilman.
correct.
He is city councilman over the biggest ward in the city, right? Basically, he has the biggest
The
area.
10th ward,
He
the
has
Charlotte region.
He has
and
the
Lyle area.
Lyle, the most crime, the most area of any city council person.
Well, I don't know about the most crime, but it's a large district there.
It's a very large district.
Yeah.
That little area of Lyle's not a good area. But he's doing his best. He's a first time councilman,
Sure.
right? So he's doing his best. He's got this podcast. I I always say you can't control what other people say on the podcast, but guess whose name is on the podcast? Jose Pio's name is on the podcast. So guess who's responsible for whatever your guests say on your podcast? Jose Pio is responsible for whatever his guests say on the podcast. You know why? Because your name's on the show.
So let me get something clear. You don't have to worry about me because you've already beaten it out of me. I'm not going to say anything. But you're really going to take responsibility for stuff Chad says?
If my name's on the show, I have to take responsibility for what Chad says. And I don't have any problem with that. I will absolutely punch back if I feel it's necessary.
Okay.
And I think you guys know that. I'm not going to take any shit from anyone. Period. I'm over that point in my life. But here's the thing. You got to figure out, if you're the person on the other end of the insult, whether or not it's worth it for you, if it's a good look for you to throw a fit about it, right? Or to stand up to it, which is going to make you look stronger and more capable. Is it taking the victim stance, or is it telling these guys that they're just a bunch of fucking idiots with the brain cell of a field mouse? I don't know what you're going to do. Now, I'm not saying these guys are fucking idiots with the mentality of a field mouse. I'm not saying that. But that's what you got to do. Stop playing the victim, ladies. Mary Lupian is a city council person who we would think would be quite capable. She's on city council, right? She's a liberal on city council, which makes her a target for criticism. If you can't handle the criticism now, get out of the fucking job. Get out of the arena.
Can't handle the truth.
Get out.
Don't we have that button?
Get out. We do. It's over here. I can't be bothered with it right now.
Let it go.
Okay.
Just
so
let it out.
I have not, all I've heard are excerpts. I have not seen the podcast where this, conversation went down.
It's about 6.5 minutes.
I'm going to see it here for the first time. I don't know if any of our patriots from Kimberly's Revolution have seen this, but we're going to play it for you. I may or may not stop you along the line to put in my 2 cents as I do, which I will do. But let's play this.
All right.
Austin.
Oh, I just think,
Is Bello tatted up?
Is he?
Oh.
You're in love with him?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
that's reserved for your red-haired flame.
I got a writer. Oh, you talk about the ginger.
It's not me.
Yeah.
I always get yelled at. Now,
Yo,
now
no
Stanley
lie.
has a problem with me. I was like, Stanley, I never said anything about you.
I guarantee if the ginger went out with me on a date, right? I guarantee you she'll let me beat it up that same day.
Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop right there. What does that mean? Is that street talk for something I don't understand?
Yes.
Am I not hip enough to understand what is beat it up? If I went out on a date with the ginger, I guarantee she would let me beat it up that day. What does that mean?
Well, you see, Kimberly, when a man and a woman, are attracted to each other very much.
Oh, he's going to hit it on the same date, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. Maybe. I guess I'm just not hip enough to it. But is Lavelle married?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Shocking. And that's Mike Santola. And then that's your cousin laughing and covering his mouth because he knows but your cousin led Lavelle down that path.
I take no responsibility.
Your cousin led Lavelle down that path. Just go on.
She would. I know for a fact she would.
If this is the person I'm thinking of, you're talking about, then yeah, I would probably say so.
I would see, right? Come on, man.
No, I don't think.
Now,
I think you're thinking.
Let
of the
me
other
pull
one.
you up by your bootstrap.
Now, would I want to beat it up? Yeah, absolutely.
Mary, I'm out of this. I didn't do anything with it. I had nothing to do with me.
You never said the
See,
name.
it was one or the other.
Yeah, see, that's why I knew you were thinking of the other.
The ginger. They know who the ginger I'm talking about.
Well,
Trying to put
She
the
wouldn't.
soul in.
She couldn't get it. She would get denied, just because.
would she pay for the dinner?
Oh, absolutely. She have to pay. She have to pay.
That's fine.
Like, yo, you better use that tax money. Fuck that.
Or it's 2022. Women need to pay nowadays.
Current
Fuck
year.
that. Absolutely.
We're treating you equal now. That's what you get. Women, you want to be treated
The
equal.
reason, listen, the reason why I go at Bell all the time because we graduated. We're classmates. So, sometimes you just gotta, pick on the high school kids. Sometimes, bully them. They walk down the halls.
He has
walking on his tippy toes.
Plenty of
he literally walks on his toes. Like see Jose's smiling because he knows it's true. He's like one of them light stepping motherfuckers. Like just
toe walkers.
And he's 500 pounds. Like stop trying to walk light.
Yeah, but his calves are like beautiful.
That's a developmental.
He still swims like 20 lengths a day.
I'm trying to make as much positive as I can.
No, it's probably
for everybody.
He's
Can we
to be
stop right
taller,
there?
Just like
Can we stop? Okay. So they're making fun. Not only did they make fun of the ginger, who is identified as Mary Lupian, the liberal leftist city council person,
and not the other ginger,
and not the other ginger, who is Rachel, because Rachel is not on city council,
Correct.
right? And this is what this is about. They're also making fun of Fat Bello, who walks on his tiptoes. Anybody here?
Yeah, there's one more coming.
Anybody hear Adam Bello screaming about?
I have not heard.
Okay. In this article, did anybody reach out to Adam Bello to get his take on it? Did Gino Finelli reach out to Adam Bello to get his take on being called Fat Bello? I'm just asking the question, Gino. Did you follow up and did you get comments from any of the other individuals besides the one female in the story? Did you call? Who else are we talking about here?
Well, it's coming up.
Okay.
just like Malik there with his
No,
shoe size.
see, Malik trying to hit. That's a different game.
You guys just gonna hit everybody. You see this? They're trying to hit
I'm just trying to show the long game. You know what they say about men with big feet?
I just want to have a press conference about
Oh man, listen.
it. Waste our money. Come
I feel
on.
like
It's not my money.
I should have never
Jose,
mentioned.
you can't.
Should have never even brought it up.
You can't do it. That's why I'm waiting to talk about the PBA.
It's not that I can't do it. You gotta
talk
understand.
about that shit yet.
What you need to understand here is
They were trying to play sword fights with each
right?
other.
They're swipe rubbing on each
Dildo
other.
versus dildo. Like
Sword
who can
fights?
Smack
The
each other.
PBA,
Can you stop for a second? Sword fight.
sword fighting.
Let me help you. You're welcome. Go ahead.
The best.
No, they could definitely go butt to butt.
Oh, but
That's what Requiem for a Dream. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Nice.
called.
You're not even old enough for that movie.
Sure, I am.
Jeez, that's a
yo,
fantastic movie though.
listen,
No, that's where the
everything,
double-sided dildo.
everything that comes out
It's a fever dream.
from these politicians, it's like you motherfuckers act like you are not weirdly like normal like everybody else. Like they really.
Let me tell you. Let me give you the insight.
Oh, please, let's
All right.
go.
Here, I'm gonna give you the inside info on politicians. All right. Number one, they are weird.
100%,
They're weird.
Yeah.
They really do think that the world does revolve around them, which is so sad. And I see them, I talk to them, and it is sad. Not all of them.
Where does
Many
it
of
get to
them.
the facial
Number two.
part?
That's at the end.
How long do we have to go? I'm already bored. I'm already. How long till we get to the end? What do we got?
So are you saying I can't even go there? You just want the happy ending here, Kimberly?
I just want to get to the big part where apparently, everyone is so distraught, I think was the word that was used. And I want to get to
Yeah,
that
that's
in a second.
coming.
Is it coming?
Yeah.
Can we speed it up?
Literally.
All right, here we go. Yeah. I haven't got time for this.
Oh,
Pussy.
Nah.
No, don't say it. Don't say it, Jose.
Do it.
Would she wear a mask during the facial?
Yes.
100%. Full face mask.
I thought that's what people wear face shields for.
Yes.
I want to first and foremost apologize to
Give
anyone.
it to me, please.
I'm trying to get
I
stuff
want that
done. Do not be
BLM.
mad at me.
It's called the Bukkake Berry.
I want
The
that
Bukkake berry
melanin
here.
all on my face. Oh.
Okay, stupid. All right.
I've been drinking.
Okay, so there we go. There is the
And then
crux of
LaBelle
it.
says I've been drinking.
And let me just tell you right there, Jose Pio is complicit in the conversation. Own it. You got to own it. Do you need to? Does he need to say sorry for it? No, he didn't need to say sorry
He
for it.
apologized twice
he
during the show.
He didn't say it. Lavelle said it, right? But so here's what Gino Finelli writes. 13 days after the podcast, when I'm sure they sat around a big desk and they couldn't figure out, do we really do this? I don't know. Do we do the story? Oh, I don't know who's going to write it. How are we going to write it? And what frame of mind are we going to write it? I mean, or who are we going to make the victim? My question is, did he call Fat Bello to get his thoughts on being called Fat Bello? Did he call Malik
You ask him about his shoe size.
and ask him that question? Did Gino Finelli call? Who else did they mention in here? Stanley Martin? I don't even know who Stanley Martin is. I have no idea who that is. Is he a council person?
He is.
I have no idea who that is. Is he transgendered? Because it says they poked fun at city council member Stanley Martin's gender identity.
That was I believe, a different episode.
Did Gino Finelli call? You know, my biggest problem with this whole thing is they made it about the woman on city council. They didn't make it about all the other dudes that were poked fun of, as if they're going to make it seem like the woman on city council can't stand up for herself. Therefore, the Rochester City newspaper has to run to Mary Lupien's aid because
I
she
see
is
where
not
you're going.
strong enough or woman enough to stand up on her own 2 feet and tell these guys they're assholes. Poor Mary is so she's a frail, delicate flower, and she really can't speak for herself. So we all have to come together and rally behind her. And even the other ginger had to come to her aid. Listen, I'm a ginger. We take pain very well. They actually have to inject you with more, stuff when you go to the dentist. What is that stuff that they
Novocaine?
Novocaine. They have to pump you up with more Novocaine if you're a ginger, because they can't get you numb enough so that it doesn't, honestly, I'm going to tell you.
Kimberlina, that's your quote. They have to pump you up if you're a ginger.
They do.
Right.
Mary Lupien's quote in this article, because Gino Finelli of the city newspaper couldn't figure out how to call anyone else to get their thoughts or their comments, called Mary Lupien, city council person, and reached by phone. And I quote, Lupien said she had heard the podcast. She was distraught. Yeah. Women are weak and can't stick up for themselves.
Not mine.
So therefore, city newspaper has to come to her aid. Everyone else has to come to her aid because she can't figure it out. How to be strong. I really, I don't know how the conversation got going in this direction, and I don't give a shit.
I think pretty much Dan started it.
And then the conversation is written, I don't know, like 6 paragraphs down. Jose Pio's podcast is part of the We the People podcast network, a local podcast company best known for hosting Kimberly's Revolution
Bingo.
with Kimberly Ray.
Bingo.
The fuck am I doing in that story? I don't belong there. This is not me or my story or anything about me. I don't belong there. Don't belong there. Ray, they have to go on and explain everything. Ray, formerly half of the, FM Shock Jock Duo. Ooh.
That's not me,
so
right?
Fancy.
No, that wasn't me.
FM Shock Jock Duo, Kimberly and Beck,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
alongside
I
Barry
forgot
Beck.
about that. That was like years ago.
Ray and Beck were fired by Radio 95 One parent company iHeartMedia in 2020 after Ray made racist comments on the air.
Bingo.
Yes, I certainly did. Yes, 2 black men were beating a tiny white woman with a 2x4, beating her ass, put her in the hospital. They were never arrested. Yeah, I made some racist remarks. Stupid? Yes. Do I belong in this fucking story? Gino Finelli? Do better than that. I have nothing to do with this story. I don't know why you had to use me to legitimize your story, but you did. Nonetheless, I digress. Let's move on, right? So Mary Lupien, we're already dealing with someone who has a victim mentality, right? Women are competent. We're assuming that Mary Lupien is competent, right? She's on city council. She deals with the public every day. She's going to get hate thrown at her. At this point in time in her career, at her age, you would think Mary Lupien would be able to handle that, right?
Sure. I don't necessarily agree with what she says, but she's definitely competent.
I mean, we're fully equipped to deal with difficult, unpleasant, and or offensive behavior, are we not? We can stand up and do that. But yet, reach by phone, Lupien said that she was distraught and expressed her distress in a written statement. I am deeply disappointed in my colleague, Jose Pio. It's a violation of my humanity. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a bunch of dumb shits talking, trash
Locker room stuff.
on a Monday night. It has nothing to do with your character or your humanity. It's not reducing you to a body part, although I love that Mary Lupien can actually say that she's reduced to a vagina. Thank you for admitting you have one.
She admitted she had one?
Thank you for admitting you have a vagina. That is right up there, Mary. Now more than ever, we need to uphold the rights and dignity of women. Mary, it should start with you upholding the rights and dignity of women. Stand up to these assholes. You can either be portrayed as a victim, defenseless, can't help yourself, weak, which does nothing to help women but set us back, right? Because if we're ever going to have success in this world, we cannot seem like we are so weak, we can't take shit talk on a regular basis, right? We cannot feel distraught. If you're distraught by those words, you have no business on city council, lady. You do not. We cannot allow for people to doubt a woman's ability to evaluate danger or offensive conversation in a public forum. This is a reputation we cannot afford if we want to succeed. It's just not. We are not too timid. We are not fragile, delicate flowers, right? We are not too easily upset to function in the public forum and say what we think. It doesn't make you lesser to call them out. It just means you're not going to take their shit. Today, I am not going to take their shit. You are going to stand up and you were going to say whatever. Hey, Lavelle, I guess you got in the Kevin Hart dick line at birth, right? Whatever comes to mind. I mean, who was the other guy in there?
Austin's cousin.
Austin's cousin. Looks like you have mold and tiny people growing in your beard. You smell like a vagina, your face. I don't know. Mike Santola, pistol dick. I'm sure that he's got pistols that are small. Maybe what's that called? The cowboy pistol that is probably bigger than his dick. I don't say anything. Say something to fight back. It doesn't make you a lesser person. It just means that you're not you're distraught.
Just to be clear, Kimberly, everybody makes fun at me and I never fight back.
I know. I don't.
And by the way, the show is at 8:00 on Wednesday night.
So, a Jose Pio show? Yeah. So all these things can be handled. We're talking about a facial on a girl. Listen, Lavelle wishes he could have a facial with one of the gingers. They can say and do whatever they want to do. I'm concerned about the way this whole story was portrayed because they didn't give a rat's ass about the men.
Equal opportunity offenders.
Who were talked. They were disparaged.
Sure.
Were they not? They called.
They said Malik had big feet.
He's got big ears too. I don't know. He's a tall dude. He's gangly.
Who's triggered by my Chick-fil-A cup?
He's awkward looking. Do we hear Adam Bello crying?
That he walks on his tiptoes?
Anybody? No. We just hear the woman crying. Typical BS. It's no longer about female empowerment. It's about victimhood. And the city newspaper just made Mary Lupian a victim. Right?
Congratulations.
And it threatens to undo the progress of all women everywhere who've gotten beyond this point when we treat a situation like this. When we think that a woman can't speak up for herself or be a strong woman. And I guarantee not everyone is up for that challenge. And I understand it. I was raised by a Marine with men in the family and a hardcore mom.
I was raised by a real estate agent.
Right? A little different.
What?
A little different.
What?
I understand that some women don't feel comfortable in that arena. And I get it. But don't let rags like the city newspaper make you less than what you are. Mary Lupian is on city council, whether she belongs here or not. I don't necessarily agree with her beliefs, but I can appreciate her as a woman on city council.
Sure.
Don't say you're
The
distraught.
people vote for her. She's popular.
Don't say you're distraught. I'm distraught. No. Stand up to these dicks that say these things to you.
Yeah.
Tell them to shut the fuck up. Or say you don't give a rat's ass what kind of dribble they talk about on their stupid, sophomoric, 12-year-old field mouse brain podcast.
There you go. What else are we going to talk about today?
I like to talk about someone that thinks that Jose Pio should apologize. Yeah. I like to talk about Loonsberry. I'd like to talk about this for a second. Loonsberry, who has been in the, city newspaper hasn't done a story about Loonsberry yet. Why, guys? Why can't you do a story about a man victimizing many women? I mean, I know of 3.
Because they don't want to get rid of him on city council?
There are 4. Wait, Bob Lonsberry is not on city council.
Well, they want to get rid of Jose, right?
They want, yeah. So they want to get rid of Jose. Jose should not apologize for that podcast. It's just stupid and sophomoric. They're making a bigger deal out of it. That's the wrong focus here.
I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
Loonsberry, who also likes to
Do we need Scott for this presentation?
disparage and demean women and make them feel less. I mean, he's been doing it to his wife for years, not doing it to his wife. He's been doing it to other women to demean his wife for years and probably making her feel less. I don't know. I'm not in that house. He probably wouldn't be alive, or at least he'd have a big couple dents in his head. He tweeted that Jose should apologize. City lawmaker Jose Pio shrugs off sexual remarks about colleague on a podcast. Should you be talking about this? Should you even have gone down that road? Now, I don't know. I don't listen to a show. Was Jose Pio on today?
I believe he was. Just to be clear, you don't even listen to your own show.
I don't listen to my own show. I hear enough of me in my own head. It's a lot. Should Loonsberry be making comments about someone else, making sexual comments about should he have even delved into that arena?
Probably not.
Let me show you why Loonsberry should just shut the fuck up. Let's show you this. Good morning, jogging bra. We shouldn't text or we're going to keep being tempted, teased, and aroused like I am right now. That was a text to a Syracuse woman that he was having a long-time affair with until he dumped her when she wanted to get serious because, he's married with 800 kids. Or I just round up.
Close.
I round up. Let's go to another. He's at the county fair. He's at the state fair last summer. She writes, I didn't know your family was coming to the state fair because she went to the state fair because he invited her to come. So they have the conversation, have a good show, handsome state fair broadcaster, to which he says, lean over here and give me a kiss because she's there in front of everybody. Good point, he says. This is a guy trying to hook up with some girl at the state fair. And he asked her if she wants a horsey ride. Let's see the next one.
Is that the same thing as the what did Lavelle say again? I forget.
Beat it up.
Beat it up. Is a horsey ride the same thing as beating it up?
And then we have that.
Oh, what?
That he
That's
decided.
not Jim Palmer.
Loonsberry shouldn't demand an apology from anyone ever. Ugh. Talk about small pocket pistol. If anyone should be sorry about anything, it's the size of your dick. How about that? For one. Lonsberry is a sex addict. He needs to learn the 12 steps and live by them. He's not going to do any of that because that's not what narcissists do. It's all your fault. It's your fault for being so good looking that he couldn't help himself. It's his wife's fault because she's not giving it to him at home. No one should say, no. I mean, Lonsberry is the last person on earth that should ever say someone should say they're sorry. Shut up. That's all. That's all you get on that one, right? So I don't know ultimately what's going to happen. I know that who is this? They brought in the big dog, the council president, Miguel Melendez. They brought in the big dog to fight this whole battle for Mary Lupian, which again, Miguel Melendez has had a conversation with Jose Pio, and apparently there's going to be some kind of, I don't know, restorative process. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
That means they're going to put another $1 million into the campaign to
my
get
goal
him out
is
of there.
to Miguel Melendez says, my goal is to fix this issue. How are you going to fix it, Miguel? It's a bunch of guys talking on a podcast.
Right.
Jose Pio didn't say it. Lavelle said it.
Right. And he apologized twice for it.
Right?
Right.
I think that Miguel Melendez ought to back the fuck off and let Mary Lupian handle it like the strong, able-bodied, capable woman that she is. And Loonsberry should shut the fuck up.
There you go. Amen, sister.
What do you got?
What? We're all done?
No,
What are you talking about?
I thought maybe people might be tired of hearing me talk.
Nobody's ever tired of
and
hearing
by the
you
way,
talk.
Unless it directly pertains to me, keep my name out of your city rag. All right? Because I don't appreciate it. I don't know how I got in that story.
Well, maybe you should do something just to get back in there.
Haven't
again.
I done enough?
I don't know. You're about due. It's every 4 or 5 months, isn't it? So what's coming up this weekend that you're going to get in trouble for the 4th of July?
We bought a shit ton of fireworks.
Oh boy.
We went to PA. We got some fireworks.
That can't be legal.
We're
Going to
gonna
PA. Did you buy any illegal New York fireworks in Pennsylvania?
We bought real fireworks and paid a real price for them too. They're expensive.
Nice. You didn't go to
They're
Walmart
expensive.
and get the fireworks
And by the way,
fireworks in the tent?
Here's my no, I did not go to Walmart down the street on Hudson Ave to get no, I did not. Have all of the people that are on your podcast speak directly into the microphones. That is a big pet peeve of mine. If you want to be taken seriously in the podcast world, have all your guys talk into the microphone. That's all. That's all.
Well, that's the producer's job, isn't it?
I know. Do I see? Am I coming off as mean today? I mean, I want to be frank about my thoughts on this.
No, I think,
because
I think it's fair.
the city newspaper decided to drag my ass into the story.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give my 2 cents.
Sure.
Not that I ever read that. I mean, it's good for cat litter.
You read it when your name's in it.
I only read it because it was sent to me and my name was in it. Had nothing to do with me. That's what pisses me off. Don't include me in stories like that. I don't control the podcasts of other people here. And there's no reason to say, hey, you remember Kimberly, she's on that podcast and she's the racist, blah, blah, blah. I can let people know that myself. I don't need Gino Finelli to tell everyone. I'll do that myself regularly. Thank you. Yeah. So what else? Oh,
We got something else?
We got some. So I don't like cruises. I've been on one.
Oh, I've been on many.
And I would never take a cruise to Alaska because I've seen the Titanic movie. I know how it ends.
I believe it was the Atlantic Ocean, not the Pacific Ocean, but we'll let that slide.
What?
The Titanic was on the other ocean, not Alaska.
Is Alaska in the Pacific Ocean?
Yes.
Norwegian Cruise Line on the way to I guess they were in Alaska on the way to a glacier. Guess what they hit?
An iceberg?
An iceberg.
Shocker.
Rose, get on the boat. Get on the boat, Rose.
I think it was a door, wasn't it?
So it smacked right into the iceberg, also known as a growler, on Saturday.
I had a few growlers on Saturday.
They had to reroute the Norwegian Cruise Line to Juneau. Do we have an audio? Do we have video of that?
That's what hit the boat.
Yeah,
Oh
iceberg.
my goodness. I'm shaking. I freaked out.
Good thing it's not 1920 anymore.
Near, far, wherever you are. I can't sing. Yeah. So that was the view from the boat.
Could you do that again?
No, I cannot. I cannot.
Celine Dion by Kimberly Ray.
But yeah, I did. How about no? Not good.
How about now?
You want to go on an Alaskan cruise? Nope. Don't want to do. If I'm going to go to Alaska, I am going to not do it on a cruise
Sled
ship.
dog.
Yes. I do love the Huskies and the Malamutes. I will do that. I am not going to go on a boat because I've seen that movie. All right. That's all. You can't see the icebergs. Clearly they didn't see that iceberg.
Well, I wouldn't have seen the iceberg from the bar either, Kimberly, so I don't think it matters.
We also have the horrible story of how many migrants were there? 46 illegals found dead inside a truck in San Antonio, Texas. Governor Greg Abbott says they were migrants crossing from Mexico into the United States. Why they were left in the back of a tractor trailer with the door shut and abandoned is beyond me, but that's what happened. So 46 of them, mostly from Mexico, some from Guatemala and Honduras, according to officials who spoke on anonymity. But authorities were at the scene just before 6 o'clock last night when a worker in a building heard a cry for help. Now, I guess there are children that are among the dead in this tractor trailer. And some of the individuals that were taken alive, 12 adults and 4 children, were hot to the touch and had heat exhaustion. So my question is, I guess they're just taking these people over and dumping them and leaving them locked in a tractor trailer. I don't know what's going on, but all these deaths are on Biden's head because the president will not control the situation at the border.
Yeah, the laws are on the books. Just enforce them.
Won't control the situation. In fact, these 46 deaths, story will be gone by tomorrow because we don't give a rat's ass about what's happening at the border. This guy, he's a reporter by the name of Jorge Ventura. He was in Yuma. And let me just show you the video that he recorded from his vantage point.
Okay.
Nicaragua. Saludos desde Nicaragua. Nicaragua.
And we have hundreds of migrants just running in in the United States, where they're already on American soil here and they're running in here.
It's a nice wall.
I apologize, guys. We have a lot of dust now kicking up.
They don't seem to be climbing the wall. How did they get
And
across
there's
it?
even more over there. We've now seen in the past couple hours alone 600 to 700 migrants cross into the United States illegally just here in Yuma.
Boom. Stop at 600 to
Yuma,
700
Arizona.
in an hour in Yuma, Arizona. But you're right.
Not a problem. Nothing to see here.
We don't have a problem here.
No.
We don't. We're gonna move it right along. We don't really care what's happening at the border. 46 dead in a tractor trailer. It's just another day in Texas. And then you have the guy the same night broadcasting from Yuma with 600 to 700. What's the wall there for? And I always said I was never for the wall. Building a wall is stupid. You go under it, you go around it, you go over it. You know, when there's a wall, you find a way.
Well, they never finished it, but
you find a way. I've never believed that. I thought that was a worthless waste of money when President Trump said he was going to build a wall. Wall's not going to stop people.
well, I think we gave 10 to 20 times that to Ukraine, so to fight a war.
So these two illegals, let me show you this picture right here. Jose Zendajas and Benito Madrigal
Fine-looking young
are
men.
two drug traffickers in California from Mexico who were arrested last week for being in possession of 150,000 fentanyl pills, enough to kill 1 million people. Were just released back onto the street.
Of course they were.
25 and 19 years old, arrested during a traffic stop over the weekend. Both had been arrested before and had 150,000 fentanyl pills and were released again after just a day in jail.
Keep protecting the criminals
There
and
they
not
are.
protecting the citizens.
Not
the citizens. Let's go here. Why are we protecting criminals?
I mean, is that crazy to you? That they had been arrested before and then they find them with 150,000 fentanyl pills and they let them go? Okay, crazy.
Well, the cartel's got deep pockets.
Okay, crazy. Yeah, I guess. All right. I've got nothing else. Have you got something, Just Tom?
I got two things. One, it's on what was the date here? Well, June 6th. Amanda Jones on TikTok. This has gone viral in the last week.
Okay.
It's called Healthy Coke.
I've heard about this.
Have you?
No, and just say no to it. Are you going to show?
It's no, I don't have a picture
you
for
don't
this.
have a picture?
It's balsamic vinegar
No.
and soda water.
Mm-mm.
Now it has to be guava flavored soda water.
Okay, 'cause
and
you can get
balsamic
that anyway.
vinegar.
Yeah.
And apparently
I have balsamic vinegar.
Apparently it tastes just like Coke.
Really?
And they're saying it's the healthy Coke.
No.
But there's a lot of doctors that say, hang on, maybe this isn't as healthy as you think.
I'm going to stick to the kind in a can.
6.4 million views on TikTok.
Oh, I bet. I know. It's a whole big thing, right?
Healthy Coke.
Yeah.
Austin, do you put that other video up that's already been spoiled here?
What's the first thing you see in this picture? If you first saw the tree, then you're quite a stubborn person in the eyes of others and like to have things your way. You're also confident and disciplined. Even though you seem very carefree, you actually feel anxious and uncertain about the future.
If you see the tree?
What you truly wish for is peace and stability in life.
Who sees the tree?
If you first saw the lion, then you're quite content with how things are right now. This doesn't mean that you reject change, but you just rather not surround yourself with baseless fantasies. You enjoy doing things that make you happy and have a high EQ. You also have an acute sixth sense, which makes it very difficult to trick you. Because even though you don't say anything, you're very sensitive to even the smallest clues and always know what's going on behind your back.
No.
I just want to know if anybody saw the tree first, because we've been putting some of these on our podcast.
Yeah. What do you see first?
That one is the dumbest one.
Yeah, you see the lion.
The lion.
Of course.
That was the dumbest one.
I don't know. Some people see.
Who saw the tree is what I want to
Some people
know.
see weird things, though. I think sometimes.
That's all I got.
People on TikTok are seriously talented. There's this. I know everyone's saying they see the lion.
Right.
Striker sees the lion.
Nobody sees the tree
What did
first.
Patty say? What did Patty say? Go down. Is that no? It's Patrick. watching from Monk's Corner, South Carolina. Love the way you called out that BS story. Thank you, Patrick. I know exactly where Monk's Corner is. It's before you get to Somerville or Goose Creek.
It's 3 blocks past the Nuns.
It's 25 minutes outside of downtown Charleston, one of my favorite city. And so I am jealous that you are in Monk's Corner, but I'm glad that you're watching the podcast from South Kakalaki.
Welcome.
As my brother, before he passed away a year and a half ago, had lived for years in Goose Creek, and we vacation every summer in Edisto.
Do they have normal names down there for towns?
What do you
Goose
mean?
Creek, Monk's Corner,
Edisto. Yeah.
No, nothing. No Smithtown.
That's a normal name. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no.
It's a normal name. So yeah. So tonight, politically correcting.
Wait, did somebody say they see the tree?
Only a psychopath.
Okay.
It's person's. If you see the tree, that means you're a psychopath.
Right.
I just why I want to throw. Listen. It's psychobabble is all it really is, right? You can't put
boys will be boys.
You can't put your 2 cents. Yeah, always the victims. The name of the show. Politically correcting with Jose Pio is on tonight. Whether they will address
tomorrow night. Chad Hummel's coming up tonight. He's going to do a show. We're going to be blessed by Chad Hummel.
Since when is politically correcting with Jose Pio on Wednesday?
Apparently, you missed that email.
Like 6 months, 8 months.
There we go.
See, yeah. In 15 days from now, the city newspaper will be bringing you a story that's not a story, so you can look forward to that.
So, what are you going to do next, Kimberlina? I mean, you got to do something at some point here. You're about due to go off the rails.
Didn't I go off the rails enough today?
All right, everybody.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't plan to go off the rails.
No, it just happens.
It's organic. It just happens. I'm a victim here.
You are a victim.
I didn't do anything.
God bless. Be kind to others.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor 500.